Alright, so in this video, I'll be showing you about the 3 places in the market where I look for opportunity. Alright, I also call them my POI, okay, but they are the places where I look for an entry in the market. It's as though, you go to the market and then you have places where you go to purchase the things that you want to buy. Maybe you want to buy an item A, there is a place that you go to buy. You want to buy an item B, there is another place where you go to get those items. Okay, so in the market as well, I have these locations of the market where I look for entries. I don't just look for entries, everywhere in the market, even though if the item A that I want to buy, another person is bringing it to me to buy at a lower price, I'm not going to make that decision because I know that it might not be a good product, or there might be something fishy about it. It's not trustworthy. So those places, those locations where I have chosen to buy those items are the um, places where you know the product is trusted, and if there is any problem, you can return the product to that place for it to either be replaced or refixed for you, or something will be done, right? So also in the forex market, there are places where I look for entries, and this has saved me a lot of losses in the market. And if anything goes wrong in this location that I will be showing you, it is easier to see what went wrong and improve the things that went wrong, so that the next trade the same mistake is not being made. Okay, so I am on 4 hours. I'll be using GBP USD as an example. All right, so the first place that I look for entry is at break of structure. Okay, break of structure. Let me quickly put that on the screen. Is break of structure, and then I'm going to be explaining my my break of structure to you, right? Break of structure, because I have a video that explains the 3 types of break of structures that we have, and the characteristics of an authentic break of structure. The same way we have original product and fake product, so also we have these things in the market, and it has to be present in the market because it is a global market where there is buying and selling. And in any market where there is buying and selling, there will be an inferior product and a superior product. All right, and when you buy an inferior product, you might think is original, until when you make payment and you start using it, and then you see that this is not a good product. All right, so these things are also in the forex market to lure traders to make a wrong decision. All right, so if you have not seen my video on break of structure, all right, please kindly go watch it so that you can see the characteristics of a break of structure, the things to look out for. All right, when you have a bad product and a good product, there will always be differences. Okay, so now if we look at this market, we can see that the market is actually trending. The market is pushing to the upside, and then it looks like now the market is pushing to the downside. Okay, but let's ignore this place. We are going to come to this price later. So let's focus on this to explain the break of structure that I want to explain. All right, so this is what I do. So let me start from here, from this particular one. Okay, so I always look for my type A liquidity. All right, my type A liquidity. Okay, so my type A liquidity involves or has 2 break of structure, which is the minor break of structure and the major break of structure. I have videos on this as well. You can go to my channel and check for types of liquidity. Okay, so this is the major break of structure, and this is the minor break of structure. Okay, so I'm not going to focus on the drawing or the straight line to be perfect. All right, I want to focus on the explanation of the point where I make decision. So now that I see this in the market, This is the liquidity point where we have a sweep. All right, where we have a sweep in the market. Okay, so now what I will look for is when this break of structure happens here, when it is confirmed, that is when price close above this price line here. All right, when price close above this price line here, let me yes, when price close above this price line here, we can see, I want you to see it. That's why I'm enlarging the chart. Okay, so when price close above here, right, it confirms that the price is not going to push to the upside. So now I am interested in the market. It's as though I'm moving closer to the shop where I want to buy the item I need to buy. I will look for the last order flow before the break. So this is the last order flow. Okay, this also is the order flow before the last one. So here, all right, I'll I'm going to point this out. Can you see that? And then when price come into it or tap into it, then I will use my fractal confirmation on 15-minute time frame to check the product, that's GBP USD, to check if I should make a purchase at this price or not. So if I don't see my confirmation on the 15-minute time frame, I'm not going to make an entry. All right, so even though I have the location where I make decisions from, if the price or the product doesn't meet my requirement of making decision, I'm not going to take a trade. Okay, so that simply means even though I have a place, a shop where I get item, if the item doesn't meet my criteria, I'm not going to make a purchase also. All right, because it's possible that the price at that time is very, very high, but you can see price react very well. Okay, you can see price react to the upside very well. So that is break of structure. All right, that is break of structure. So the next one is change of character, and I'm going to explain my change of character to you. The change of character, all right, is mine is slightly different from what you might have seen online. Change of character, I don't know if what I'm typing is correct. Character, let's just do this. Sometimes just forget the spelling. Okay, so change of character. All right, so now let me quickly explain some things to you. Okay, so all right, now this is what most traders been taught, that when price push down, push up, push down, push up, push down, push up, push down, push up, and then push down here. Okay, and then push down. Let's take this up a bit. Okay, and then push down. This level here is usually tagged as what? Change of character. Okay, this level is usually tagged as change of character, but I have found out that it doesn't work most of the time. It works sometimes, but it doesn't work most of the time, and that is why a lot of traders are losing money in the market, because if it works most of the time, many traders will be successful. The statistics won't show that we have more losing traders than successful traders. All right, so this doesn't work most of the time. So how I confirm that a trend has changed is by using my type A liquidity to appraise the market. Okay, and what is my type A liquidity? Let me quickly give you my type A liquidity. Is that we have um price, all right, to the upside like this, then move down to sweep this. Okay, then move up to sweep this high, then move down to sweep this low. Okay, so what will happen is many people will tag this as change of what? Character. You understand? But what will the market do? The market will push up to take out this high. So all the people that label this region change of character, they are going to have series of losses while this market is pushing to the upside, because the market will be showing them signs that it wants to sell, but it's not going to sell. It will just be a short pullback to continue to push to the upside. So it's going to take out this high. So when it takes out that high, right, it confirms my type A liquidity. Okay, as as my minor break of structure, sorry, as my minor break of structure. Okay, and then this as my major break of structure, all right, and this will now be my swing low. Let me take that again. This level here will now be my swing low. Okay, this will now be my swing low. So anytime price comes and close below the swing low, okay, I don't know, sorry that I'm drawing on the chart, all right, because I actually didn't plan that I'm going to make this example, but for some that this might be maybe your first video. Okay, so let me just do this properly now. So we have that. Okay, so what I look out for is I wait for price to come and then break this low. When price close below this low, okay, that is when I confirm that the trend has now moved from bullish to bearish, all right, or from bearish to bullish, as the case may be. Okay, so until when my type A liquidity is taken out, I don't confirm that the trend has changed. Okay, so when this happens, all right, then I look for an entry. So this is my second point of interest, or my second place where I look for an entry. So all I will do now is to look for my type A liquidity, and I can see one here. You can see that we have a minor break of structure here. Okay, a minor break of structure here, and then we have a major break of structure here. Can you see that? A major break of structure, and then we have a sweep. Okay, we have a sweep, so this is our major. All right, pardon that the line is not straight. Okay, major break of structure. So here, anytime price close below this level, that is when below this low here, that is when we mark the market as a change of character. Okay, so now this is my change of character. You know that some people would have tagged this sweep of liquidity as their change of character, and what happens here, price behaves like it wanted to drop to the downside. Okay, because this signal here, the way price move here, right, it shows that that I want to drop to the downside, but it's to induce traders. You can see multiple rejection of wicks, and this strong bearish candle, right? This is where many traders are going to be liquidated, because they will not confirm. Some will enter here, some will enter here, some will enter when they see this rejection, and their stop loss of course will be above this high, and then they are strongly liquidated. Okay, because they mark this as their change of character, but they don't know that it is the sweep of liquidity. Look at it here also. They will mark this place as their change of character, because this will be their break of structure, this will be another break of structure, and then when price close below here, or if they use this, whether this or this, is still change of character. And when they are trying to sell, at this high and this high. You can see how price behaved there, took them out, drop. Here you can see price drop, and then eventually went up. Okay, so the best way to know or confirm a change of character is by using the type A liquidity. So this is the type A liquidity. It now shows that what the price has changed direction from bullish to bearish. Okay, so when that happens, right, I look for my position now. All right, so this is the second place. All right, so now this is the last order flow. Okay, and this is the inducement. So now in my order flow, okay, there was no entry because I've checked it. All right, there was no entry. Okay, but there was entry at the inducement. So when traders were induced here, right, I found an entry at this point, and then I take my entry. Okay, so like I said, I use fractal confirmation in the places that I look for entry. Okay, I don't just buy everything in the places where I look for entry. All right, it's like going to that shop or to that mall. I don't just buy everything that I see there. All right, I have what I use to confirm what I want to buy. All right, so even though this is the place where I want to make an entry, where I'm interested in, right, I didn't see an entry there because there was no fractal confirmation. And here too, right, there was, but here at this point here, there was fractal confirmation. Okay, so this is how it works, and this is the second place. The first place is break of structure, the second place is change of character. All right, so the third place is sweep of liquidity. The third place is sweep of liquidity. Okay, let's use $sign for that. Sweep of liquidity. Let me delete this. Now, sweep of liquidity is almost similar to change of character or break of structure. So I'm going to quickly explain that now so that we can all be on the same page. Okay, so let me demonstrate it before I show you on chart. So price push down, price push up to clear this high that we have here. If price comes down and close below this, okay, that is liquidity run. That means price close below it. So you can tag it as either break of structure or change of character, as the case may be, because price closed below it. But if you have it in such a way that price didn't close below it, price swept this low with a wick. Okay, so maybe 15-minute candle, price really go below this price level that we have here to the downside. All right, and before that 15-minute is completed, price retrace to the upside, okay, and close above this, but the wick, right, penetrated below this low. That is liquidity sweep. Okay, not change of character or break of structure. All right, so let me show you an example. Here. So I always look for liquidity sweep in those areas. Okay, so now let's go. Let me delete this. All right, so now we have an entry here. So when we have a change of character, this is our inducement, this is inducement, this is inducement. Let me show you. This is how I mark my inducement. Okay, so that's the level of inducement, and this high is another level of inducement. Okay, then this is another level. I don't know why this is behaving this way. Okay, that is another level. This is another level, okay, of inducement. I think I will just delete this. Okay, and this is the highest point of inducement. Can you see that? Now what happens? Look at what happens here. You can see that price didn't close above it. So what happened is we have first level of inducement, second level of inducement, and third level of inducement. Okay, and then the fourth level of inducement. Price first react here. Okay, first react here. Okay, my PC has been doing this for some time now. I don't know what the problem is, right? So you can see anytime I'm drawing a straight line, it just misbehave like this. Oh god. Okay, so let me use this instead. Let me use this instead. Okay, so this is one example, this is another example, but let me use this first. So now, after I have marked all the levels of inducement, okay, we have price came in, and you can see what happens here. You can see what happened. Price came above the level but didn't close above it, swept all the stop losses and closed below it. Okay, now using my fractal confirmation, I got an entry here, right? I got an entry here. Okay, then this one too, I got an entry here, because when this was induced, you can see that we have the liquidity sweep here. You can see it, that price really, swept this. All these week are very, very important. All right, it might be very small or looks insignificant, but man, this is very, very powerful, because imagine that you are trying to sell and price just take you out with a small wick and then drop to the downside. You know how the feeling will be. So here I got an entry here also, all right, because I see that this is a sweep of liquidity. All right, this was liquidated. All right, because people that are trying to sell here will put their stop loss a little bit above the high, and then when I saw that this happened, okay, then I look for my fractal confirmation on 15-minute time frame, and then I took an entry, successful entry. You can see how price drop easily. Okay, so these are the three places, or you can call it POI, where I look for entries in the market. Okay, if I don't see these three things, I don't make an entry. I'm only interested in this region or in these places in the market: break of structure, change of character, and sweep of liquidity. These are the three things that I look out for before I make an entry, because the fractal confirmation that I'm looking for on 15-minute time frame can happen on any other level or any other places on the chart, right? But it will not have a strong you know it will not be successful, or it might not be successful, because it is not at the strong point of the market. So I believe this video help you and make you a better trader. All right, I would like you to like this video, share and comment, and if you have any question, please put it in the comment box, or reach me through the Telegram link in my my YouTube bio, and I will answer your question. Thank you. God bless.